Okay, I have been slacking on the car updates, so my bad. Yeah, it runs like it's all together. Dan and I have done 2 events in it, and it ran great. We've figured out a couple little things. I've got my to-do list up on the board up there, but basically just trying to get some stuff knocked out before the first big national event. We've done a couple little regional events, but the first big national event is in Lincoln, Nebraska, over Memorial Day weekend. So I've got one more weekend ahead of me of work to kind of get the last of those, like I said, the to-do list done. But it's the car is great. It handles really well. Feel really good about just like the steering feel, the turn in, all those things. It's super fast weight transition. It slaloms like crazy. It feels great coming into and out of sweepers. So that's awesome. Everything feels really good. Some of the stuff we've been working on just lately, I brought the oscilloscope home from work because we're trying to get our data logging system, which is what this pile of stuff is, kind of hooked up to the car. So just in the last week or so, got kind of it up and running with GPS and wire sensor hooked up for temperatures, for water temp, for EGTs. Got our RPM hooked up. That's why I had to bring the scope home to kind of get some things figured out there. Still have a couple more sensors I'd like to get done. Hopefully we'll get done. Brake for sure, because that's super easy. The sensor's already in. I just need to get it wired in. I need to make a bracket to hold our throttle position sensor, so we can tell who's on the gas, when they're on the gas, how much they're on the gas in different parts of course, stuff like that. So lots of that has to happen. Still getting the rest of the duct work done. So you can see like there's like little trim rings and stuff like that, but it's almost done. And that will make us legal for class because all the air that comes in has to go through the radiators. So that'll super close. You can see I've got some wire cleanup to do. Like I said, I added a bunch of sensors and whatnot, so I need to clean up some of the wiring that's in there. Found out that my ECU was a little bit too close to the secondary, so I kind of had to scooch it over a little bit. So that just happened. What else is there? Working on the back of the motor too. I've got, so we have to run restrictors by class. So I just kind of like gently tacked the restrictor plates on so they don't move, so they have to stay attached to the carb. Otherwise, we've already, like, the restrictor was just pressed into the boot and then the carb was pressed up against it. It came loose and like got sucked in. Luckily there's a reed cage that's in there, so it didn't get sucked into the motor. That would have really blown, but it looks like the pedals on the reed cage are fine and the reed cage itself was undamaged. So yeah, so a lot of guys will either like, if they don't weld them on, they'll either glue them to the throttle, or I mean to the carburetor body, or like drill and tap and put a little split pin in there. So just something, because they like to come loose. So you always have to keep an eye on those. But yeah, I have those out. Just finished that yesterday. I have new boots coming in because these are, I don't know if that's going to show up on camera. These are kind of has some cracking going on, just some dry cracks. So you don't want to have any air leaks. That's obviously bad. So we don't want to get too much air and lean out the mixture. So that needs to get fixed. So that'll happen this week. I think those show up Tuesday or Wednesday this week. Yeah, the car ran great. Like I said, we did a couple local events, and like the very first event was awesome because you go out for that very, very first run and you're like, let's see if the brakes work. Let's see if, the throttle response is good. Check all those things. So did all that stuff and everything came out great. Just got some body work done, kind of reconfigured the floor on the nose, so the nose is ready. That needs to get back on there. And yeah, so just a quick update. The build is, kind of for all, it's done, right? It's like, it's done. Like, it's a working car. Everything's working great. Just kind of making some tweaks here and there. Andy's cutting vinyl. She got a new vinyl cutter, so she wanted to taking care of all the livery stuff that we're gonna do. So that took that off my plate, which is awesome. So she is working on that up in Michigan. And we'll stick it on the car when we get to Lincoln. But right now, I need to probably clean that up. That is, those go over there, and that goes down there. Maybe that goes away. Maybe get that cleaned up. There's the to-do list. So like I said, Andy's taking care of all the numbers and everything. Next weekend, we'll get the car corner balanced again. We've already done kind of an initial one, but we need to get the final ballast in and get the car up to weight because it's still like 20 pounds below minimum weight. And I've got a couple other things. I need to get some filler panels installed because there's like an opening on the side of the frame, even when the nose is on, right through here. And we're pretty sure that the lights, like the laser lights that we trip for the timing system, are going to shoot through there, and that's an issue. So we'll fix that, put some filler panels in, and then I'm going to do a couple. These are like my bonus tasks. So I need to get I'm gonna get the brake hooked up for sure. I might be able to get TPS in the throttle position, and then of course Andy needs her phone mount, so I need to get a phone mount on the car so she can ride with her phone. But yeah, car is awesome. Runs, starts right up. Engine's got great power. It feels really good. I still need to fine tune some clutching, but I needed to get my RPM logging set up so I can actually look at logs and see exactly what the shift is doing before I can start really tweaking the clutching. But other than that, very happy, super happy. Pretty reliable so far. We do have one weird. We had like an oil leak. I don't know. I swapped out and put a new O-ring on the pump where I thought it was leaking. So it kind of stopped towards the end of the last event. So we'll see if that has taken care of itself. Hopefully it has. Fingers crossed. Anyway, that's about it. Oh, look at my new chain. That is shiny. Brand spanking. All that fun stuff. There you go. Made a race car. Took about 8 months. So in 8 months, if you're so inclined, you can start from nothing and be driving an F-Mod. I'll help you out. I'll give you plans. All right, so there you go. There's the update. I'll post a picture. I'll post a video. I think I have some video of at least one of our runs from the race we just did out in Salina. You can see kind of what a run looks like. The new camera I got didn't work out as well as I had hoped. It's pretty rough to watch. It's very shaky, but it is what it is. It's something. It's definitely something. Just like the car, it is definitely something. So, all right, time to get back to work. Hugs and kisses. Bye-bye.